zone control. They'll do well fighting in enclosed spaces with things like the Final Spark or the ultimate coming out from Victor. For RNG, still feels a bit more indexed into pick with things like the Jhin ultimate, and then having Zoe, Xin Zhao as your mid-jungle duo. So you're looking to use agency from mid-jungle, potentially set up for your top side for success, and then look for picks in mid-game with the Xin Zhao and things like the Jhin ultimate.
I like the specific setup you talked about in closed spaces with someone like Caitlyn Lux. You talked about Victor as well. Something to keep an eye on. And if we're looking at pick here for RNG, a lot more tools this time, it feels like, Lyric. With the Xin Zhao actually having a bit of support too. Ming on the Karma, something we've seen in the past. Lyric, you and I have been through our fair share of LPL games. We've been here for a while. You're at least 30. And Ming is a big enchanter player. Karma's one of his favorites from history. And it's good to see him back on the pick here as we go into game number 2, where RNG at a disadvantage is not something I thought I would say. Not even close to what I thought I'd say, but FPX handed it to them in game number 1. And going into game number 2, the lane that handed it to them is once again. Not until it's too late. LWX and Hung hit level 2, so they're going to move up in the wave. They know their jungler's down here, but Wei's going to make his way in. He flashes on top of Hung, who just burnt it for the binding, and it backfires for first blood. Wei with the perfect timing, quite literally. Wants that deadly flourish for the root. We're waiting, folks, because they don't know. Hung's walking in. This is patience, and patience is virtue as Hung's going to get knocked up. The deadly flourish connects as well. Karma helps out, and Ming picks up the kill. Wei once again knows the way of RNG's bottom lane.
We have seen if you are willing to sit in a brush for more than 30 seconds, it will pay off. Xiao's down here now. Blew the flash.
Flash. He uses the proto belt and wants to take him out. Wei will pick up the kill, but it's an assist. And RNG all inning to the bottom lane. Something we used to say about this roster.
Oh, Xiao, though, not going to be able to get the re. He just went to his red buff. FPX did have a control ward on the red buff, so it seems like Beitron. Oh, no.
Dear Lord. Well, heal's going to save him, though. Hung. LWX has saved his support, but now they're super low. And Gala's just running up to him.
Is it really save Asterix? Because now you're just going to lose minions, you're going to lose more gold, you're going to lose more XP, and RNG's bot lane is going to get further and further ahead. They will live, but it's still...
It expired as Beitron moved by, so RNG know he's there, but Ming walks into brush anyway, doesn't care, gets netted, and is dead. Pings even came down from RNG. They put a missing ping over Ming's body. They saw Beitron, but they still went for the fight anyway.
Yeah, I'm guessing. I feel like that's been the biggest thing for Hung since the Demacia Cup and coming into this, as we do get to see the replay. Doesn't matter if jungle did get spotted. Binding still does hit with a bit of a ridiculous hitbox, if I am honest.
Dude.
It kind of like rushed
a
past him.
You know, that's a hitbox, dude. That's almost as bad as North.
Losing Dragon. You got some damage down onto the tier 2 as well. Beitron's getting some camps as Ming. Maybe they find Gory.
Nice flash forward. The binding's going to connect. There's a flash taken by Xiaohu as well. The Chaos Storm does nothing. And it's another kill actually going over to Ming. The flash stolen once again. Xiaohu uses it forward, but doesn't.
I think RNG are still in a decent position to get more on the top half of the map.
Well, I want to track how those items come across. So, but Ben, meanwhile, actually going for the solo kill. You said he was in fine position, but he wants to take it. He flashes away, looking for the needlework, but he dunks him down. The God Staff Jax, dude. It doesn't matter what you think. Right through mid, the Sleepy Trouble Bubble. It connects. Hung in a bit of danger. Beitron has to defend him, but look at this. How far can you go? Beitron has to get out while Hung is dead. LWX as well. Next up is Bin, who's going to be leap striking in on this. The Trouble Bubble zones him off. LWX, he can't get through. He has to flash away, but the portal jump, the paddle star. That's some mighty damage coming out of Xiaohu as RNG continue to slap FPX in the face. Because in Lyric, RNG are on 3 dragons. There's a Mountain Soul coming up, and LWX, he's probably dead. How do you get out of this one? The question that might be an answer pretty much soon. Hung gets a binding down, and here comes the final spark, but Wei's not affected. Trouble Bubble again. Oh my god! LWX doesn't get to play the game anymore, and now Ben's going to do it again. Beitron there, though. This is going to be a 1v2 as Ben's level 13. The counter-strike coming through. Beitron's holding on. There's the ulti. He flashes away, but it's too late. He holds his mark, and it strikes true. But for FPX, what are they losing for Beitron to be so patient?
Yeah, and it just goes to show what we hit on. You are on still point. Dragon is coming back up in a minute and what would be about 10 seconds now. We're going to see the replay in mid. LWX just catching waves. so far forward, so aggressively when you don't really have any vision in the bot side of the map. Support's not with you, your jungler's not with you. Sleepy Trouble Bubble lands once again, though. And Xiaohu is cracked. FPX Baron!
Oh my god, FPX Baron, they're doing it again. So on point when we know that FPX are always going to Baron at the 20-21 minute mark.
Utilizing their ultimates, but Hung now doesn't have flash. And even Beichuan had to use his ultimate to be able to get over that Raptor wall to escape. So some key abilities down. Hung going to be in a very threatened position if he walks forward. Looks like RNG should be able to get this before all the members of FPX are able to get here, though.
But Beichuan doesn't have ulti, but he has the flash available. It's at 3.7k. FPX can steal this, Lyric. They're going to be careful for the jungler of FPX. I mean, Beichuan spotted out in the back of the pit. Baron is still aggro, but no one's hitting it. Bin to zone them off as Gory has found him, but that's going to be a Chaos Storm at the ready as Xiaohu going and Beichuan gets it! He stole it! Thank you for the objective bounty in FPX. Baron is their name.
You know, whenever you ask, how does it come to 2022?
True. Look at the gold gained, and Lyric walked me through how this was stolen away.
I mean, it's stolen because RNG flipped it right in front of their faces. Oh, Gwen zoning off numerous members. Map position. And
back not stopped
Hung's ult does no damage.
Yeah. Unfortunate. Way spotted in river. Teleport now comes through from Xiaohu. You mentioned Bin's TP.
Goes in.
He's just walking down, and that's a quick engage. Beichuan actually caught out. He has to Heartbreaker out. The curtain call in a great position as Hung's going to be blocking it out, but he almost dies because of it. Xiaohu ticking him down. I think that was a Gale Force stolen away. And this Zoe means business. 5 versus 4. Hung is not fit to fight. And Lyric with Beichuan gone as well. RNG have a pretty good chance of just taking the Elder outright.
Yeah, RNG going to try and do better than they did last time by having Bin try and zone off Beichuan. They do got to be careful, though.
But there's no ulti from Beichuan, no flash this time. Surely he can't steal it. The Trouble Bubble also with a great location. And Gory, he has flash himself. He wants to get over the final spark. No. Smite this time secures his all-in fight with Elder Dragon. FPX need to get the hell out of there. But Xiaohu may be immune. But Gwen, can she survive?
The process. They already have bot wave pushing into the enemy. They can take control of mid now. And with a bit of pressure down, as Wei sees the opportunity. He goes in, flashes forward. Following through with the ultimate from Gala. And I think RNG... Oh, waits.
Well, Gory shouldn't be here, and with Elder, he's about to get executed, but by who is a question. It's Gala in the end. Chaos Storm goes down and does a bit of damage, but ladies and gentlemen, that mid lane is dead for quite a while. It's a 5 versus 4 with Bin pushing.
Pick up some gold on the opposite side of the map, knowing that they can't match because of the fact that Gory already did get picked out. This is going to open up an inhibitor for RNG, potentially 2 inhibitors with the fact that Hung is still down for 15 seconds. RNG just taking everything on the map right now. Gold lead not really mattering at all, but still, you have Soul, you have Elder. RNG are 5-man strong, and in the end, they're just going to back off. Baron coming up in 30 seconds, so RNG probably going to want to try and get some more vision control down.
Okay. Well, can he get near? Beichuan ignoring it for now. This Baron is just going to be taken down. Look at what they're doing. They're going to go up the super minion wave, which means it's going to be quite slow. RNG get a free Baron this time around. Beichuan not even going to try. They're just looking for the inner turret, the inside tracks there. And getting a little bit more gold so they can get these 3rd, 4th item on the key carries, Lyric. It was a huge steal from Beichuan. RNG still trying to close it out, but the trap set up, the line of scrimmage here, Lyric, and the wave clear that you talked about in draft is keeping them alive and delaying the game even further. But LWX, hang on a minute. Maybe the game doesn't go too much further as the curtain call is lining up for the Caitlyn. But she'll get out in the end. Hung gets the final shot.
I mean, they're even having Bin put up pressure in the mid lane. Way though.
Oh, he's dead. He's nuked. He's nuked. He's absolutely nuked from existence. Xiaohu picks up the kill. That's a different player. As Beichuan heads back towards the fountain. That's triple inhibitor now down. Xiaohu's joined into the fray though, and Xiaohu actually going to be on the spot here, but he's got a fake flashes. There's Xiaohu going down. Xiaohu picking up the counterpart, and both names sound very similar to me as Wei goes on in. But this Gwen, so healthy. Lyric, I'm scared. I'm scared for RNG because for Beichuan, he wants that little reset, but Bin's jumping back in. The Jax is scary. It's the Gwen, but she has true damage and is immune. FPX, oh, they're going to lose one more. Beichuan actually jungler, but Bin just pushes in a wave. And there's nothing FPX can do. RNG will pick up Elder number 2. And time to run it into the base that has less than no defenses.
Yeah, for FPX, what was going through their mind, right, is sure, they can try and flip it on another steal in a place they have no vision is very hard to go into, or they can back off, try to farm up. I don't know if any of them were close to goal of maybe picking up another component, try and play out the way they did before of letting RNG aggress into them, try and kite them out under their turrets to a point where RNG are too low and need to back off and you get yourself more time. I don't think it should work like that. You're up against Elder, you're up against Soul. RNG can try and just keep pushing this in and threaten with 3 waves of minions.
Just looking at that wave clear for the time being, though, RNG moving to the final inhibitor. The damage they're doing is still significant to Shallow, who's jumping forward. And Gwen's ulti once again available as Shallow, who is the front line at this point, strangely enough, Way trying to target them down. Look at what RNG are doing. Trying to gear up all the waves to come through and hope that Xiaohu hits a binding once more. It's onto Beichuan. He actually might be called out in the curtain call. One last hit as well, and the jungle would do it, but that's not enough. Xiaohu, again, doing a lot of damage. The wave clear at this late point in the game. For RNG, they need that pick immediately. Even onto Xiaohu, Beichuan starts it off, but that's so ambitious. The wave clear continues to come through, but the jungle is dead.
Oh!
Ambitious is the right word to use because now Xiaohu finds a pick and that starts it off for RNG. 5 versus 4 to try and end the game. Gory's running away, but he's blasted as well by the Elder buff too. We're looking at Xiaohu, who is underneath the turrets. He's got the needlework, but as he goes golden, he can't finish off the blow, and he too will be executed. We're going to game 3 here for RNG versus FPX as RNG finally seal the deal in game 2.
There were some hiccups, but I'd say overall, very promising game. They adapted from last game in terms of dedicating the resources down towards their bottom lane. They brought the Enchanter in this time around. Xiaohu constantly pushing and moving. And in both games, I think very clearly being the better mid laner, at least in this series, between him and Gory. And then, I mean, Xiaohu almost able to bring it back.